never headed too far. It's never too far. There's always a header nearby. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. She got her man back. Hey, my man never left. What the heck are y'all? Hey y'all. She got her man back. My man never left. What the heck are y'all talking about? Is it messing up for real? Here for everybody. Yo, fine. My ass put up. I don't promote nothing. Yeah, baby. There you go, baby. You want some Thai tea? Stop. Hurry up. Y'all just be talking about the you promote. Hold on me. Anyways, y'all, my man buy me a car. my man. What y'all talking about? What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Anyways, no, there's no cover up. Somebody said an old car. It's not an old car. It's actually a nice new one. But it's something that you don't have, Miss Ma'am. You using an iPhone? Yes, I am using an iPhone. Your hands are little. Yes, my hands are little.
Neveah went live smiling and casually changed the temperature of the entire internet in under 30 seconds. No dramatic intro, no suspense music, just vibes, glowing skin. And then boom, Blueface bought me a car. A car, not a handbag, not a bouquet, a whole vehicle with 4 wheels and an engine. And just like that, timelines froze like somebody hit pause on reality. Because when Blueface's name enters the chat, normal conversation leaves immediately. The comments started flying so fast you'd think people were trying to buy concert tickets. Wait, what? Since when? A car? Screenshots were taken. Clips were reposted. Group chats lit up like emergency alerts. This wasn't just a gift reveal. It felt like someone accidentally leaked a plot twist from a show nobody was ready for. And let's talk about that smile. Neveah wasn't nervous. She wasn't hesitant. She looked happy, glowing. Comfortable. Like this wasn't shocking to her at all. Which somehow made it even louder. Because in celebrity culture, nothing is ever just a car. It's symbolism. It's optics. It's timing. It's a headline on wheels. This makes reality TV look scripted. So now the real question isn't whether she got a car. Neveah didn't go live looking like someone about to set the internet on fire. She logged on relaxed, smiling, giving that effortless energy like everything was just regular. The vibe was casual, almost to casual people. Joined expecting small talk, maybe some subtle updates, nothing groundbreaking. And then, without dramatic build-up or suspenseful pauses, she said it plainly. Blueface bought her a car. Just like that, no drumroll, no warning. A whole vehicle dropped into the conversation like it was nothing. The comment section exploded. Immediately, not slowly, not politely, exploded. Wait, what? A car? Are you serious? Emojis started flying so fast it looked like a glitch. Screenshots were captured in real time. Clips were being screen recorded before she even finished explaining. The internet doesn't wait for context. It reacts first and asks questions later. And when Blueface's name is involved. Reaction speeds doubled. Now let's talk about context. Because context is everything. Blueface isn't a low-key headline. His personal life has lived loudly online. Relationships, public moments, controversies, conversations. His name carries history. So when Neveah says he bought her a car, it doesn't land softly. It lands with layers attached. It immediately becomes more than a gift. It becomes a statement people try to decode. Supporters framed it as pure generosity. They called it sweet. They said it showed effort. They argued that when someone can afford to give big, they should. To them, it was simple. A man bought a car. For someone he cares about. End of story. No conspiracy needed. Just celebration. But critics clocked in without hesitation. They questioned timing. They questioned motives. They debated whether public gifts are about romance or optics. Some argued that when something expensive is announced on live, it's meant to be seen. The narrative split almost instantly. One side cheering, one side analyzing. Neveah's demeanor made it louder. She wasn't defensive. She wasn't hesitant. She looked excited, confident, comfortable. That glow on her face became part of the conversation. Because when someone looks that secure about a public gift, people start reading between lines that might not even exist. Confidence fuels speculation. Clips of the live spread fast. Fan accounts reposted it. Gossip pages added dramatic captions. TikTok stitched the moment with shocked reactions and exaggerated commentary within hours. This wasn't just a live update. It was trending content. The algorithm grabbed it and refused to let go. People zoomed in on details. What kind of car? Brand new, luxury model. When was it purchased? Was it a surprise? Social media practically turned into a digital dealership. Investigation. It's wild how fast curiosity turns into analysis when money is involved. And here's the twist. The louder the reaction got, the calmer Neveah seemed. She didn't over-explain. She didn't spiral into long clarifications. She didn't look nervous. She smiled and moved on like this wasn't breaking news. That calmness became fuel. Because silence and composure often invite even more interpretation. Public gifts in celebrity culture are never just objects, they're symbols. A car isn't small, it represents mobility, independence, investment. When shared publicly, it becomes a narrative tool. It sparks conversations about commitment, power, and image without anyone directly saying those words. Some viewers congratulated her wholeheartedly. Others debated whether expensive gestures always come with strings. The timeline turned into a think piece factory. Threads popped up dissecting what it means when a high-profile figure gives such a visible gift, and Blueface's name trending again only amplified everything. Because whenever his name hits timelines, the engagement numbers spike. Add a luxury item to the equation, and the reaction doubles. It's predictable, but still explosive every time. The memes rolled in next. Someone edited a luxury car reveal with dramatic movie music. Another captioned a screenshot, "When he upgrades you." The internet doesn't just observe. It remixes reality into entertainment within minutes. Even indirect celebrity commentary surfaced. Subtweets about expensive love, posts about real gestures versus performative ones. No direct callouts. But the subtext was obvious, enough to keep the conversation alive. By the end of the first day, this wasn't just about Neveah smiling on Liv. It was about symbolism. It was about how public relationships unfold under constant scrutiny. It was about whether generosity in the spotlight is romance or strategy. And the most fascinating part, it all started with one calm sentence delivered. With a smile. No shouting, no scandal announcement. Just, "He bought me a car." But in celebrity culture, simple statements carry heavy weight. Because nothing involving high-profile names stays simple for long. The moment the clip left Neveah's live and hit the broader internet, it stopped being an update and turned into an event. It wasn't just followers watching anymore. It was gossip pages, reaction channels, and celebrity commentary accounts grabbing the footage and adding dramatic captions. Blueface buys her a car. Major gift reveal. The framing alone made it feel like a plot twist in a show that never actually takes commercial breaks. Within hours, the conversation evolved from surprise to analysis. Supporters doubled down on the romance narrative. They argued that when someone shows up in a big way, it deserves applause. A car isn't a small gesture. It's not flowers from the gas station. It's a statement, and to them, the statement was clear. Generosity speaks louder than whispers. But the critics weren't backing down either. They started asking layered questions. Was the gift private before the live? Was this meant to shift perception? Is this timing connected to anything else happening publicly? The theories didn't need proof. They just needed momentum. And momentum is something the internet manufactures quickly. The memes got sharper as the hours passed. Someone edited a luxury car reveal with over-the-top reality show music, as if Neveah had just won a televised prize. Another added subtitles to her smile that read, Plot twist activated. The humor wasn't cruel, but it was relentless. Once the internet smells a storyline, it builds it out for entertainment. TikTok creators stitched the clip with exaggerated reactions. Some gasped dramatically, others pretended to faint. The comment sections turned into mini forums debating relationship power dynamics. Words like upgrade, statement, and flex floated around like confetti at a digital parade. What made it even louder was how confidently Neveah handled it. She didn't retreat after the reactions started spiraling. She didn't post clarifications or defensive captions. She simply let the moment breathe. That silence became strategic in itself. When you don't over-explain, people fill in their own narratives, and often that fuels the cycle longer. Meanwhile, Blueface's name began trending again. And when his name trends, attention multiplies. Fans of his music chimed in. Critics of his past relationships chimed in. Neutral observers who just enjoy chaos grabbed popcorn. The timeline turned into a cultural discussion about public romance and high-visibility gestures. Some online commentators zoomed out and made it philosophical. They argued that expensive gifts in public relationships always carry weight. They said when something that large is shared publicly, it becomes more than affection. It becomes optics. Others pushed back, insisting that wealth and generosity are normal at a certain level of success. And then the comparison culture kicked in. Viewers began referencing other celebrity gifts. They compared this situation to past viral gestures. The internet loves ranking moments. Suddenly, this car gift was being placed in imaginary top 5 lists of celebrity relationship flexes. The debate shifted from did he buy it to what does it mean? And that's when you know a moment has matured into a narrative. Because meaning is what keeps people engaged longer than shock does. Reaction channels dissected the smile itself. They slowed down the clip. They analyzed tone. She looks secure. She looks proud. She looks like she expected this. Every micro-expression became part of the storyline. It's amazing how a steady smile can become headline material. Some viewers argued that announcing it on live felt intentional. They said if it was meant to stay private, it would have. Others countered that in the age of constant sharing, go and live about good news is normal. And TH.
Reaction thumbnails that usually scream drama were surprisingly calm. The tone across platforms felt different. Less explosive, more reflective. That alone says something, but tension still simmered underneath. Because viral warmth doesn't erase history overnight, viewers remained cautious. They wanted follow-through. One visit doesn't rewrite a storyline, but it can hint at a new direction, and that's what made this moment powerful. It didn't scream transformation. It suggested it quietly, almost casually. And sometimes subtle shifts hit harder than loud declarations. By the end of the week, that clip had done something rare. It united a divided audience, even if temporarily. People from different corners of the internet agreed on one thing. That smile was real. That excitement was undeniable. Still, curiosity lingered like background music. Was this a new chapter? A one-time snapshot? A preview of something deeper unfolding behind the scenes? The internet thrives on suspense, and this moment created just enough mystery to keep people watching. Because here's the reality. In a world addicted to chaos, a peaceful family moment shouldn't trend this hard. But when the people involved carry public history, every gesture feels amplified. Every interaction carries weight. As the viral dust slowly settled, something unexpected happened. The noise didn't explode into scandal. It softened into curiosity. The internet, which usually hunts for chaos like it's a competitive sport, found itself hovering over a surprisingly gentle storyline. And that shift? That's rare. Christian Rock's image subtly recalibrated in real time, not dramatically, not overnight, but noticeably. People who once framed every move as reckless suddenly started using words like growth and intentional. That's not a small pivot. Public perception doesn't change easily. It takes moments that feel authentic. The visit with Auntie Tessa Malone became more than a family link-up. It turned into a symbolic checkpoint. Viewers began viewing Christian not just as a headline magnet, but as a mother navigating complicated dynamics under a spotlight brighter than most stage lights. That's a different lens entirely. Of course, skepticism didn't disappear. It just quieted down. Critics still question longevity. They still ask whether this warmth would continue beyond the clip. Because the internet has trust issues. Once narratives are established, it takes consistency to rewrite them, but consistency starts somewhere. Christian Jr.'s excitement became the anchor of the entire conversation. His reaction wasn't something you can script or polish. It was instinctive joy, and that joy carried weight. It shifted focus from adult speculation to child-centered reality. Suddenly, the loudest takeaway wasn't controversy. It was connection. Auntie Tessa Malone's presence also gained attention. Family ties matter deeply, especially when public life complicates private bonds. Seeing that interaction sparked broader conversations about reconciliation and extended support systems. People started discussing the importance of aunties, grandparents, cousins, the village dynamic. The narrative matured. Instead of screaming headlines, the commentary leaned toward reflection. Could this mark a fresh chapter? Could public family dynamics evolve into something healthier? The questions felt less accusatory and more hopeful, and hope doesn't trend easily. It has to feel earned. Behind the scenes, this moment likely carried weight too. When a simple visit trends nationwide, it amplifies pressure. Because now the world watches for follow-up. Public figures don't get the luxury of quiet progress. Every next step is observed. That's the unseen consequence of viral warmth. It creates expectations just as heavy as viral drama. If future moments contradict this tone, critics will pounce. If it continues, supporters will celebrate. Either way, scrutiny stays locked in. Reputation is delicate in the digital era. One heartfelt clip can soften edges, but it doesn't erase past headlines. It layers on top of them. It complicates the narrative. It forces audiences to reconsider assumptions, and that reconsideration is powerful. For Christian Rock, this moment subtly expanded her storyline. It added dimension. She's no longer just discussed through controversy filters. There's now visual evidence of intentional family connection. That's not a small addition to a public image. It also reframed conversations about motherhood. Instead of debates centered on chaos, timelines explored themes of bonding and extended family presence. The discourse shifted from spectacle to substance. And that kind of shift can ripple long-term. Still, curiosity lingers like unfinished music. Will we see more family-centered moments? Will this remain a standalone highlight? Or is this the quiet beginning of a different era that no one predicted? It wants transformation stories. Now, viewers watch for consistency like they're tracking a series finale. There's also a broader cultural takeaway here. In an online landscape fueled by outrage, positivity feels almost rebellious. A simple, joyful reaction disrupted the usual script. Instead of meltdown analysis, people debated growth. That's a plot twist, but let's be clear. Public life never stays calm for long. Attention cycles move fast. Today's heartwarming moment can be tomorrow's forgotten clip if no follow-through appears. Sustaining perception requires more than one spark, yet sparks matter. This visit didn't scream redemption, it whispered possibility. And sometimes whispers travel further because they invite interpretation. They leave space for viewers to project hope instead of judgment. That's what makes this moment linger. It wasn't. It leaned on authenticity. And authenticity, when captured at the right time, resonates louder than theatrics. Now the spotlight stays on, but the tone has shifted. Instead of waiting for drama, audiences are watching for development. That's a powerful pivot, and here's the final twist. In a world where chaos usually dominates the timeline, it was a child's genuine excitement that stole the narrative. Not controversy, not scandal. Just connection. Whether this marks a permanent turn or a brief calm chapter, one thing is undeniable. The storyline expanded. Was this just a sweet family moment? Or are we witnessing the soft launch of a whole new chapter? Because the timeline is split, the debates are heating up. And I already know the comment section is about to turn into a courtroom with zero order. Drop your take below. Keep it real, keep it respectful. But don't come in whispering. If you think this was pure growth, say that. If you're side-eyeing and waiting for consistency, say that too. This is where the real discussion happens. And if this breakdown Gave you layers you didn't even think about. Go ahead and smash that like button like it owes you back rent. Don't tap it gently. Hit it with intention. Let the algorithm know we're not here for surface level takes. Make sure you subscribe because around here, we don't just repost clips, we unpack them, we read between the lines. We catch the shifts. One day it's tension, the next day it's transformation. And we're here for all of it. Turn on notifications so you're not late when the next viral moment drops. Because whether it's chaos, growth, reconciliation, or another twist nobody saw coming, you already know we're breaking it down. This is Buzz Crush, where the timeline never sleeps, and neither do the receipts.